What is going on, guys? Brandon over here at Geek Talk. We are back with another video, and this time it is a review for Zack Snyder's new movie, Rebel Moon, on Netflix. Now, this is one of the most absolute frustrating movies of the year for me. The potential there was there, the what could have been was there, and I definitely understand people's grievances and issues with this film. I don't want to be too overly critical about it, but I do understand, man. The biggest thing for me, probably maybe the second biggest thing, is I am so tired of these cheap cash grabs that these studios, directors, whoever's making the decisions doing, man. These director cuts, I'm so tired of it, dude. I wish they would release the movie as it is intended to be. I feel like it really hurt this movie. But the reason why these studios are doing it is because they want more views. They want people coming back to their platform, extending their membership, whatever, subscription. And it's just irritating, dude, because I know what could have been. This movie, this world, these characters had so much potential, but this movie struggled with that because it was so chopped up and put together that it hurt the character development, it hurt the storytelling, the world building. Everything about this movie was damaged because of a cash grab. I truly believe that. I remember when I first heard Zack Snyder talking about, oh, the director's cut of Rebel Moon. I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. Netflix is going to try to build up this Snyder Justice League shit again, and it's just going to be, it's so aggravating. Release the movie as it's meant to be. Give the fans what they deserve. Stop playing around. If you put a good product out there, people are going to come back and watch it, man. That's kind of my telling of a good movie. When I think of a movie that, like a long movie, with a pretty, I don't want to say, well, let's just say a long movie. Something like Avatar. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that absolutely hate Avatar, but for me, The Way of Water, the first Avatar, I just absolutely love, man. Some of my favorite movies. And what that movie did for me, when I watched it in theater, when I watched specifically The Way of Water in theater, I wanted to come back instantly when that movie was finished. I wanted to go see it again, and that's how I know it's a good movie. If Netflix and Zack Snyder and these studios would do this, if they would just give us the full version of Rebel Moon, I don't give a shit if it's 3 hours. If Zack needs another 4 hours to make a good movie, give it to him. But give us the version that he intended it to be. And maybe it's good. Maybe it's still shit. Maybe. Who knows? But at least we're not messing around and we're getting to the point and we know. So now we're sitting here wondering, like, well, like these characters, they could have intriguing backstories. Don't get me wrong. These worlds could be intriguing. They really could. But the story is just not there, man. There's not a lot of originality to this, and maybe there will be with the director's cut. But I mean, it's bad guys meet good, or good guys meet bad guys. Bad guys ask for something, good guys can't do it, so the bad guys give them a time frame. The good guys got to go get some heroes, bring them back, blah 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 blah. I think it was Quarter Black Garrett on Twitter or X that was talking about. It's the same story as Ants. You remember that old movie with the ants and the hail and the crickets and grasshoppers and shit? It really is the same story. And if that's a spoiler to you, I apologize. But everything that could have been the juicy, the meat on the bones was taken away from us because of this cash grab. And that's what hurt this movie the most, in my opinion. I'm not going to sit here. Like, there were times, I'll be honest, when I thought it might have been the CGI and stuff was a little janky. But I've seen people that I follow, people that I watch on YouTube and Twitter and X and all that stuff, really bashing this movie. And for me, that's just not how I feel. I know this world has it in them. I don't know if Zack Snyder has it in him to get the story across. I really don't know how talented of a writer he is. But there is potential. I can see it. I did see it, man. My second watch through this movie, I really liked it. And where I was going with that Avatar thing, how I wanted to come back and watch it, to get myself motivated to watch this a second time was a little alarming. That is a little concerning just because this movie just didn't excite me. Am I going to check out part 2? Yes. I apologize if I'm all over the place. I do. But this movie just didn't excite me enough. I'll check out part 2, but I'm not hyped. You know, I'm not like, oh, I'm looking so forward to. Not like Dune. It's just, or Avatar 3. It's just not there. And maybe the director's cut will give me that. And if it does, I'll probably even be more mad because we wasted all this time. This movie got shitty reviews by the critics, by viewers, by people like you and me. Hurt this film. It really did, because of arrogance and money. I understand everything's a big old monopoly scheme. Everything's about money in this industry. I get it. I get it. I get it. But do it the right way. Put out the film you intended, make people excited, get people excited, and they'll come back. They will come back to check out part 2. Another thing that could have hurt this movie is releasing on streaming. I mean, this is a massive, massive movie. It's a massive scale of a movie. Release it in theaters. Give it a theoretical release. I'm so tired of these people acting like, because of the coof and all this shit, that people aren't going to the theaters. Dude, give me a break. People will go watch a movie they are hyped for and excited for. I mean, before the shitty reviews, people were interested in Rebel Moon. So I think people would have gone to the theater to see this, and I think it might have been a better experience in the theater, man. Really, I really, really do. I watched it on a tablet, and it was good, but it's just a huge, massive movie. Give it the screen and sound system it deserves. I really, really believe that. I mean, I will be so disappointed if Avatar ever gets to the point where they're releasing it straight to streaming services. It's going to hurt the movie. It's got to be, if it's a massive movie, if it's on a huge scale, you got to give it dude. It hurt this movie. My third gripe, I haven't even talked about the characters and the acting and all that. Acting, didn't mind. I thought they had a great cast. I thought the villain was great. I thought Gunnar, I thought Korra was fine. I can't even remember the names because they didn't really make me care enough to remember. Tarek, the shirtless looking Matthew McConaughey guy who rides a dragon, does little Avatar stuff. Like, I remember the characters. You got the guy from Sons of Anarchy and stuff. I can't remember his name. Yeah, can't remember it. Movie didn't do enough for me. Loved the acting. No problem with the acting. The world's fine. You know what? I had my grievances here and there with the CGI. Didn't kill it for me. Did great. The Michael Bay style explosions, fine. Did great. Loved it. But the thing that grinds my gears, and I don't know if Zack Snyder just fails to grow up. I don't know if he just can't move on to a different style of directing and whatever. But this slow motion shit has got to go. It's got to go, man. It was cool for 300. Really enjoyed it. I thought it was fresh. It was new. It was a different take. The action sequences look great. I mean, that epic scene with Leonidas, that camming shot. They just fucking up Persians, dude. Amazing. Love it. Gerard Butler killed it. It was cool. 15 years ago, Zach. Like, dude, why are we getting slow motion scenes for bags of rice falling into the soil, or a dude literally getting off a ship, walking across a bridge to go have a fucking conversation? I mean, in the bar fight where Korra Spartan kicks a mofo into a table, weirdo, Spartan kicks his ass. It's slow-mo till he hits and he gets on the ground and he reacts and he's out, and it's like, Zach, stop. Let's move on. Let's speed it up. Because I know this director cut's going to be 4 hours. I know it's going to be a long-ass movie. And why? You could probably cut out 30 minutes if Zach would stop with this childish slow-motion shit. Are people really digging it? Outside of Spartacus and 300, give me a movie. Maybe you can say Watchmen. Maybe. But give me a movie that people actually like. It's going to make and break for you to go watch it. At times, it almost makes the action sequences look clunky, dude. I get it for here and there in a cool power slide. You want to show the effects. But everything, dude. There's a 15, 20-second scene of Korra fucking putting a flag on a hill. No shit. A flag on a hill. What, are you supposed to be impressed with how the fucking flag's rippling, Zach? Speed it up. Speed the movie up. We don't need a 4-hour movie. You don't even need 4-hour runtime to make a good movie like you did with Snyder Cut. If you just take the slow-mos out of it, we'll get to point A to B a lot faster than we do. But yes, this movie hurt from the chopped up version, taking away from character development, world building. I am going to watch the director's cut because I want to see what this movie was intended to be, but it's just irritating that I have to do that. It's just irritating. I wish I could have done that. I want to enjoy this movie. Star Wars sucks right now. So if you can give me Zack Snyder's version of Star Wars and be good, fuck yeah. I love sci-fi. Sci-fi fantasy is my shit. I want a good sci-fi fantasy. It feels like it's been forever since we've got one. I'm watching shit like Jack Reacher and The Terminalist. I was never big into the military, fictional story kind of stuff. Never into it. Now I am, because sci-fi sucks. Everything about fantasy is ass. I want these projects to be good, but quit hurting yourself because of money, pride, arrogance, and whatever, dude. You got to stop. Give us the movie like it was intended to be. Tell us the story that you want to tell. Don't do some cheap cash grab to get us back in the seats, get us back into subscribing to your platform, and get us back to watching a movie. It's just ridiculous, dude. Stop the slow-mos. Take your time with world building, character building. This could be a hit. I do feel like it, man. Maybe when I say all that, the director's cut, I'm going to need a lot more originality from you, Zach. I'm going to need, because it's really A New Hope, maybe mixed with Avatar, and then the Ants storyline. That's really all we got. That's really it. No originality, really, whatsoever, besides the worlds. But we need more. We need more. I want to know more about these characters. I want to know more about these worlds. Give me that. Give me that in the director's cut, and maybe I'll come back for part 2. Because I want it to be good. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. Comment, let me know your thoughts. And if you're interested in future content, please subscribe. Deuces.